Cool. What's up, everybody? We're going on Facebook Live. We're going to talk about the soccer fields and what we can do to make improvements and see what the location's going to be. We have Mr. Kelty. We have Lance, Mr. Montoya, and Derek for the Freeport Soccer. So, all right, Tim. Oh man. So, what we got going on, fellas?
You have approached the city. We've talked for quite a while about different options for soccer fields. Mr. Petty has kind of explored several of those options, has some information, has presented that information before. Last I understood, council was actually looking at using part of the property at O.A. Flemming for soccer fields.
Okay.
And he has made some improvements out there with the electricity getting them in the restrooms.
No, we had to, we couldn't go off the generators.
Okay.
The fire marshal shut that down, so we did go with the solar panels and the lights for the restrooms.
Alright, so you said solar panels? So they got solar? Does it work?
Yes, to cover the restrooms.
Just for the restrooms, yes, sir.
Okay.
And we did have no light at the fields.
Yeah.
And those solar panels just help, but kind of weird. They work a little bit. And you have to keep moving in order to keep working.
Yeah, they sense your movement.
Oh, so you're in there.
You sit down.
You need somebody walking in and back, walking inside and outside.
Yeah, we looked at the proposal at O.A. Flemming. I had an electrician come out to power,
Yeah.
to run power over there to get the lights working, and it was an expense. But it was a deal of, we're trying to figure out the O.A. Flemming project to incorporate the soccer field at that location. When I met with you two gentlemen, we did we talked about 2nd Street and Avenue J. I had a company, Techfine Lighting, come out. They did a study and drew out where they could put 2 fields on 2nd Street, and just the lighting portion of it was going to be $329,000. So that wasn't including the fields, the equipment, rooms, parking, or anything like that. So we would be pushing around $500,000-$600,000 at those other locations. So, and I know y'all like being at the location you're at. You just want a facility for the kids. So that's what we're working for. And he's got more background on O.A. Flemming property.
Well, and I understand that when that was, the O.A. Flemming electrical options were presented to council, it was like $70,000.
Yeah.
And that was just getting electricity to the restroom, correct?
Yeah, to the restrooms and the clubhouse. And the lighting is a 3-phase system over there, so we'd have to change out all the lighting as well. Because where CenterPoint could bring power over to you, it wouldn't be 3-phase.
What, the field light?
The field lights, they're 3-phase, yes,
What
sir.
was the cost to do the field light, do you recall?
The field lights, the baseball fields and softball fields, it'd be the same type lights, and it'd have been around $40,000 for the lights and install from the electrician.
Yeah, and so when that was presented to council, there was no direction to move forward with that particular expenditure.
So just the 40,000?
Oh, it'd be 70 plus the 40.
70 plus the 40?
Yeah, to have CenterPoint bring the power over there, and then we'd have to hire an electrician to build the main panels and stuff to put in to tie into their power, and then we'd have to trench around for the electrician to the restrooms and the concession stand, etc.
And that's why we moved forward with the solar panels for the restrooms, at least to get them.
To get some lights on in the restrooms, some kind of lighting.
So it'd be $110,000 to put in all electricity?
It'd been around 110,000, yes, sir.
That include light for the fields and the buildings.
That would be putting new lighting, yes, on the poles,
On the existing
poles.
Oh, so we can't use the poles we have now.
You would use those poles. The new lights will just mount to those poles.
The way the electricity's set up right now, we cannot use those.
Yes, sir, I understand.
Because the only 3-phase they have is at the west end of school down there. And the cost center point was interested in bringing the three phase back to there because of the projects and
Okay.
demolition and stuff.
So before that was a transformer there,
A transformer, yes, sir.
so that's not a possibility no more.
No, sir.
So the plan to follow would be for center point to say, right, to make changes so we can have electricity outside any,
Yes, they would bring, the location they would bring the power from would be off of Cherry Street, across Cherry Street, just south of the football fields.
okay,
They would bring power to there, and we build a sub panel there, and then we would trench and lay the electric lines all the way around,
okay.
and then we'd go up the poles and put new lights on the poles. Yes.
Do you have any idea by when they're gonna start working on that, or still in?
If the city wanted to go with that option and move forward, we would actually have to, I'd send in a work order to Centerpoint, and they charge us a fee for doing that. I think it's around $3,800 for us to get a new service. Once we send that in to them, they'll issue a work order and let us know when they'll be out to set the pole and bring the power across, and then we would communicate with the electrician, whoever gets that project, to come in and start building everything from there. Now,
But before we can request that, the budget would have to be approved, and the project would have to be approved by council.
yes, and if that is roughly $70,000 for the electrician project, that would have to be bid out, so, because it'd be over the 50,000 threshold, so. That's a delay in the process as well, because it would take us probably 60 days to bid out the project, get all the bid specifications in, get it bid out, and get everything back, and open bids, and then take to council for approval.
So that'll be after the season's over almost, which will work for us. Cause we're about to start again in like 2 months.
Here. We just closed the first spring season. Right now we're taking a break, 3 weeks, and the first weekend in June we start registration again.
Well, that's a quick
Well, and
turnaround.
our fiscal year starts October 1, so that's when new budget monies become
Well, our
available.
fiscal year starts August 1st.
Okay.
Our soccer season, yes, August 1st is our official for 22-23 season, it will be August 1st.
But I saw that you had on the agenda the last meeting some items that you wanted to cut for Flemming, or for us to was it to get
It
the
was some of the
changes?
projects I took to the EDC, and then Mr. Petty can talk more detail on it.
Right, so when we were trying to figure out if we are to do work for the city hall, that's not budgeted, we need to figure out how that would move forward to get to that $3 million mark. That's where that discussion was.
That is to move this city hall there, or
No,
Renovate
I
it.
mean, there was some discussion about whether or not renovate this building.
this building?
Yes.
So man, but 70,000 is not. I mean, compared to the budget that we have, it's not a lot. I mean, we can get this done, or can we kind of move not this agenda, but the second week of June.
It would, we could put it on for council discussion in June
Could it be action? I mean,
for action.
yeah, discussion and action. To move
Either
forward,
the first
you know?
or second week of June.
Yeah.
I mean, we still have a week and a half before the next. I mean, we don't have council meeting next week. It's the following week.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Do you think we could do it for June the 6th?
First,
Yeah.
If we could look at adding that. I would need to look and see, from a funding standpoint, where that might be appropriated from,
Yeah.
and then get authorization to move forward, and we'd have to get it bid out, and once we got that out, those bids back, then we'd bring it back again to council for approval.
Yeah. But just it's.
And
we get
it'd
moving.
probably be the whole $110,000 that we would move forward to work on that for.
Okay, we're talking about the $110,000 just to have lights.
Lights, restroom lights, concession,
Yeah.
so it would
Just
run,
power.
it would run just the power
Electrical
for yours.
power.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what about remodeling the restrooms or the clubhouse or
Feels.
the most important part right for the fields and the restrooms?
Well, I think that the city's, the O.A. Flemming property, I believe it's gonna be demolished, correct?
Well, right now, we're operating under an interlocal agreement with the school where they own that property, we lease it to them for 30 years, and we own where the soccer field. We're working on an agreement, hasn't been executed yet, it's been approved by both sides, but there was some slowdown because of some issues regarding issues with the property. I believe that's supposed to be executed and that deal's supposed to be closed within the next probably week or 10 days. Once that's done, we still will need to get approval from the school corporation to leave recreational facility, because part of that agreement is that 9-block area of O.A. Flemming will be developed for housing. So what I'd like to do is take about 2 or 3 of those blocks for park development and leave that east end of the O.A. Flemming for park development.
Okay.
So we'll need to get that approved by council. That would be separate from the issue of the demolition. The demolition is also required as part of that agreement.
Tim, so let's say we're putting money over there, right? And the soccer field for the power. Do we have to move? Do we have to move on the school first and then the power, or can we do that? Can we already put funds?
Well, we will want to, because of the fact that we have that agreement approved by both city council and the school district. I would think that we would want to get approval or release from the school district to do that, which is different than the agreement to be able to leave that area for parks on that east end when we're talking about the soccer fields. We want to get that approved by the school, because of the fact that they say no, you got to develop, according to the agreement, you have to develop it all as housing. I don't think that'll be a problem, but obviously I can't speak for the school board. So we want to get that approval, and I can contact Mr. Massey and find out what we might need to do to make that happen. But we already have that approved agreement, so we need to get that signed, and then we can look to make that change.
And if that's approved, I would think that the design of the developments would incorporate the soccer field. So they would probably be laid out different than you have now, possibly, to where the electricity would be all changed as well, so, at that point during development.
Are you planning to use the existing poles, electrical poles there?
For right now, but if we develop new soccer fields down there, in
Everything
the
have to move.
project, everything will be gone and rebuilt.
Okay, so if we can get, excuse me, if we get electrical power there, sound to me like that could be temporary.
You get a transformer set, and then it's a matter of the trenching, the new lights you could reuse.
There'd be all new poles, because your soccer fields will be laid out totally
Okay.
different.
Okay, well, that's a compromise between city and the school district or whatever. On our case is we're interested in hot fields.
Yeah.
How they're located or how they're gonna put it in a different position, it doesn't matter to me, as long as we have electricity, restrooms, and storage. We call it clubhouse. That because at the beginning we're supposed to remodel that place and meet there, but there's no way we can meet in that place. I don't know. You ever been on the second storage?
Yes.
We barely put everything on the bottom, and it's a mess.
And of course, once the development started, it would all have to be ADA compliant and everything else. restrooms will be all ADA compliant and all that, so.
So okay, so Tim, I guess so is it possible that we can get the approval from the school and the power funding for the soccer fields in the same agenda for June 6th? That way we kind of, you know, I don't
No,
know.
It's not, because of the fact that the school board meets separately from council,
Gotcha.
and so their approval is gonna come in a separate, I think they actually meet the same night as we do.
Oh, okay.
So I could talk to
I think that,
to Mr. Massey and find out. But, you know, I'd like to be able to get the agreement finalized before we,
But we can still put this.
I don't wanna go back to square one on that whole deal.
But we can still do that the electricity, you know, to the soccer fields. We can still put it on the agenda, right?
Yes,
Okay, that's a move forward.
okay.
And then I guess the soccer fields. Is that something that, you know, his improvements to the soccer fields, restrooms, and the field house? Is that something that would have to wait till the budget season?
It's up to council again, but I don't have any, from the standpoint of taking something to council right now, we don't have, I mean, we have information on the electrical,
Yeah.
because Lance has done quite a bit of homework up to this point to get, there's not really information to take to council to get them to make an informed decision
Gotcha.
on the other improvements.
on the other improvements, because I have no idea, if you're talking about you know, what kind of renovations, I mean, is it really gonna end up being reconstruction, you know, or if we end up relaying out the fields and their design, are we gonna want the concession stand and restroom in a different location?
Yeah, okay.
So it wouldn't make sense necessarily to put a lot of money into renovating the existing structures if, in the end, the design has it laid out differently.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that was my concern, put it that way, when
Yeah.
we're gonna spend money on fix something, and later on they're gonna redo the whole thing.
But the light poles would stay where they're at.
For temporary,
With regard to the
yeah.
light poles, the cost to get the electricity and to get the transformer set, that's, regardless of how it's laid out, we can make that, we could get that approved and make that happen. The cost to run, you know, to trench the wire and run it to the poles and to install new lights is a separate cost.
Okay.
If we end up changing the layout of the fields and have to redo and have to construct new poles somewhere else, you can always reuse the lights on the new poles, so that's not a lost cost. The only lost cause would be the laying of the conduit between the transformer and the poles themselves.
You have seen those poles, right? Soccer field poles?
The metal posts, yeah.
You know, and I don't know if those can be relocated or not, I don't know. Cause they're metal poles, they're in good condition, right?
They're in great condition. The only problem there is the light bulbs.
Yeah.
There's about 24 to 30 light bulbs that burn out. And those lights, they're not the one that you bring down.
Right.
You have to get a LG and go all the way up.
Yes, sir. Because see that transformer you're talking about over there is 3-phase. They stepped it down, so the baseball field stayed on 3-phase. They stepped that transformer down when they got over to the football field locker room and took it single phase there to be able to run the lights on the football field. So they stepped it down for the football field, but they left it 3-phase on the baseball field, the old baseball field.
Well, one of the things, hopefully, we finally get a place that permanently we can say this belong or is the soccer club, the soccer field. In my time being part of the soccer club, we've been moved 3 times already. You know, we was at 2nd Street. We was close to the high school. Now we come over here to this field. And we like this location. There's plenty of room. Yes, of course, it need a lot of work.
Yeah.
Parking lot.
How many kids and teams do you have in this Freeport league?
We have around 100
100
Yes.
from Freeport? How many teams is that? 5, 6?
Most kids are on the younger team, so we had, I think, 12 teams.
12 teams?
The thing is, for example, a certain age, even they're from Freeport, they play under vice at the whole county, and they pay some fees to practice in Lake Jackson because we don't have the facilities over here. And so situation like that sometimes make the club look smaller because those teams actually play, even though they register under Freeport, but they play in practice
And that's
somewhere else.
Brazoswood football soccer club.
No, Lake Jackson.
Lake Jackson,
Lake Jackson.
even Anderton, right? So that's one of the inconvenience not having the facilities,
Yeah.
because some of them practice at night or late, not. But anyway,
What are the ages, the divisions that you have?
So we take from 3 through 12.
So that's all.
I mean,
what are the different
I
ones?
mean, correct.
3 and 4 year olds?
3 through 11 we take. So it's U4, U4, U5, U6, U7, U8, U9, U10, and U11.
So each age,
Yeah.
just one for 10-year-old, one
Yeah.
for 11-year-old. Okay.
It's way different than baseball leagues.
I've been doing it for so long, I still get confused.
And you say you have 12 teams,
It was around 12 teams.
about two teams per age group?
No. We had 8 like U6 teams, and then it was like 4 U5s, 4 U6s. We had a U7, 2 U8s, a U11, and then that was it. So
Okay.
So
That
you
was-
say y'all start in August?
yeah,
Yeah,
that
the
was
season.
practice.
August to when? Or what's your season? When you start practice till?
August, and then the last game's in November.
August, November.
That's the playing season. Registration start in June. Practices,
That's the fall season.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then the spring
we can
season
start practice in
would be
May.
January through May.
My daughter may play. She's
Told me
4
that last
She's
week.
4 now.
August
Through
and
Last year she
through November, so you
November.
start, and registration is in June
Yes, sir.
and in November?
January through May is
Includes registration?
the spring season. Like they can play, it's just cheaper to play. If you play both seasons, it's cheaper.
When you start playing in this spring season?
In January.
Okay, so registration for this is in,
No, we just do the older teams.
So the soccer.
We don't
runs
open
sort
up
of like-
registration. It's
so
just
like-
like
so
if
like
your whole
baseball
team
then,
comes back,
It's
you
nearly,
play spring
you only have a couple months
because
off,
of
right?
baseball.
Okay.
Yeah, we used to play just fall, but now we they request us to bring spring season, and it's been fun.
Well, a couple coaches have requested that they
And,
want to year round.
More playing, more kids playing, more time on the field. The problem is the numbers get lower on spring season because other sports.
Yeah.
It's fall the
Mhm.
high season when a lot of people don't play soccer.
Okay.
So for this June 6th meeting, we'd pretty much be giving I guess, the permission to go out for bid for electrical, or what would be happening at this time?
At this point right now, what we'll probably do, we'll look at the costs involved with the electrical improvements that we're proposing. And, just get authorization to move forward with this project, and then we get bids and once we have the bids, then we bring the budget amendment and
So that'd be done in this June 6th meeting then, right?
The authorization to proceed, yeah.
Yeah. Proceed to get the bids, and then after, how long does the bidding process take?
About 60 days.
60 days?
And it also depends on how it's broke down. If the electrician may just do the electrical work, the city may purchase the materials.
No.
So it depends on how it's broke down, how the electrician wants to quote it.
So it's like 60 days though, that's the time limit? Or is it like
That's
mean,
probably a good time to get
Yeah,
started after approval.
So if we get this in June, at the June 6th meeting,
no.
and probably then bring the proposals back to council at the maybe first meeting in August, or first or second meeting in August, is when we would bring the contract and the budget amendment back to council. And then, and then get started after there, at that point.
Okay.
So hoping that this project pass and continue to make a reality. And reality for us is the season, we're still playing the way we are. No electricity, nothing will change until probably next season.
I would not anticipate it wouldn't be done before your fall season starts. It might be finished before before it finishes. It could be definitely finished before it finishes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if we're looking at the first or second week of August, your season starts in August. I don't know when in August.
Well, the practices start in August.
The first game is after Labor Day.
Okay.
After that weekend,
September.
yeah, that's the first game.
So,
I don't think the project would take that long to do it. It's just getting everything
Get
approved
it,
through the process,
get
and
into there.
then if
you don't know what
materials are in stock, that would order.
Rain.
the materials might be slow down, but you never know.
So,
Maybe two.
The contractors might have it in stock.
yeah.
Beside the electricity, do you think would be possible at least to get the boys' restroom urinary to lower it?
The urinal, to lower
Yes.
the urinal?
Yeah.
Because it's very high for the little kids and they're actually peeing outside.
Yeah.
I mean, not outside on the field.
On the floor. I have to throw in bleach
We have
almost
to,
after every game.
yeah,
I have to throw bleach on the floor.
it is something.
Yeah, we can have that lowered, put a new one in.
Yeah, it is, I'm sure it won't be a big deal, but it would be a big help.
It's,
And you say I guess you're gonna check on those lights that they're in right now to see what's going on.
yes, sir.
Maybe the sensor have a timer, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll check it out and see. Yeah, they're working off motion, so it's true. If you get in there and set for a little while, it's gonna.
But it's the time is
The timing.
very
Quick.
short, it's
Okay.
very quick. You get in and you just turn around and go dark.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it is. Hey, maybe if you can check the girls' bathrooms door, the door.
Okay.
Who got the keys of the concession stand?
I don't have any. I'll check with the head maintenance guy. He may
Because
have the
they
keys.
fixed it, they fixed the door,
He must have a key to
but we never got the keys, so we still have stuff in there that probably expired, too old, or whatever it is now.
I'll get you a key tomorrow if he has it, and I'll give you a call.
Okay.
Get you to get it to you.
Well, hopefully the city council members make this happen, make it a reality.
June 6th, the meeting is. I'll be there.
Hopefully they understand the needs, so they feel for the kids of Freeport. Even kids from other town come to play over here, and that doesn't but we want to remortgage and make the field more appeals for the parents to come, visitors, and it is. I mean, we want to make it where the players, the teams, the coaches, make them feel proud of where they play. Right now, you know how they are right now, and beside that, they just Derek and I trying to make it happen. So hopefully more people come aboard and help us too, because it takes a lot of hours, a lot of time from us.
Okay.
Are you good with what we've discussed so far?
Well, like I say, hopefully in reality is you feel good to talk about this, and hopefully it happened.
Yeah.
Because like I said, we've been talking about the soccer field for years,
Mm-hmm.
and they passing the ball to around the table and never actually something positive happen.
No.
Like I said, we don't. If they're gonna put us in the moon, that's fine with me, but make us a place to stay.
That's nice.
Yes.
Gotcha.
It is like the Second Street is sound good to me. The Avenue J sound good to me. As long as we have a place that we can call this is our fields. This is the soccer club, and hopefully it happens. So I appreciate that you keep us informed of what's going on and that it happened.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty.
Well, thank you for the meeting. Thank you for the invite.
Thank you.
See you next time.
I'll
Yes,
keep
sir.
in touch with you and let you know how.
Hopefully better news.
how
Yeah.
it's developing.
Okay. Very good.
Thank you, Mario.
Yes, sir.
Let's see.
Good stuff, Lance.
Good.
Sam, very well done.
Yes, sir. We'll see.
So do you want to sign her up? I have a link, we can sign her up online.
I think my wife.
I submitted you.
That's pretty much it. So,
We appreciate your
what
help.
we,
Stay. All right, man. Thank you, buddy. See you
sir.
around.
I have a question, Tim.
Yes.
I know this is on Facebook, but anyways, so Julian sent me a letter.
I need to give him a call. He called this afternoon.
He sent me a letter on the Velasco drainage. They're gonna hear a tax abatement with for Volkswagen, right? Well, that's what the letter's saying.
The Velasco Drainage District?
Yeah.
Yeah, they will, I assume that all of the taxing entities, other than the school district's not eligible, but the city, the county, the Velasco Drainage District, the port, the Bradsport College, I think those are all of the taxing entities that they'll be able to do.
I was gonna ask you in that letter. It said something about let me see. I guess it would take 115 million to repair the area, the property that's on 36.
Are you talking about from Volkswagen?
Yeah, for Volkswagen. Yeah, I'll make this short, but just real quick. So that would be Volkswagen, right? That's what they're paying, right?
Yeah, so
Okay.
Volkswagen is gonna be investing $115 million
Yeah.
to develop their property.
Gotcha.
Now, of that 115 million, 28.5 million is for the building, because there's a lot, it's like 60, it is broken down in the information that you got,
Yeah.
that shows how that was broken down. Part of it is preparing the land so that it can be developed. There's a lot of material that they'll be bringing in to make it suitable to develop.
Gotcha.
And then on top of developing the land to make it suitable, they'll actually be building two major buildings plus a couple of guard shacks plus a car wash plus creating quite a bit of asphalt pavement on the property.
Yeah. All right. No, I just had a, it seemed more like a, I don't know. I didn't understand the letter. It said $115 million in repairs, but it didn't say,
This came from the Velasco Drainage?
Yeah, it's a letter that he got.
To you?
I guess it's for everybody to see online or something like that. It seemed like general. It didn't seem like to him. I have to look at the text message again. But.
Yeah, I mean, so that's what Volkswagen is making the investment in that property.
Gotcha. All right, that's it, man. So hopefully we get it going.
All right.
The soccer fields. So thank you.
Well, we've got a planning commission meeting tonight,
Okay.
Board of Adjustments meeting tomorrow night.
All right.
I don't know if you were planning to come to either of those.
Probably. Well, I know I work. I'll work. I'll work tomorrow. So I'll see if I can make it tonight.
And then the
Work
special
nights.
council meeting on Thursday.
I should.
For the tax abatement.
Yeah, I should make it to that one
Okay.
for sure. All right, Mr.
All
Tim.
right. Take care.
Yes, sir. Good. Yeah, I still remember how to get out of here. Things. It's here. Yeah, I forget how to get out of here sometimes. Okay, go this way. And I'm out. All right, Freeport. So, Planning Commission meeting today, 6 p.m. Police Department. Oh, I went the wrong way. And then we got Board of Adjustments meeting Wednesday, 6 p.m. Freeport Police Department. Then we have what else we have? And then the special meeting on Thursday for Volkswagen. So on the tax abatement. So got it set right now for 7 years. Man, I'm freaking lost in here.
R-A-M-E-R.
Let's go that way. Okay, sorry. Man, I got lost in here. Okay, so it's this way, right? All
It's
right.
very easy to do.
I went that way and then I went, I don't know, I guess I got confused.
Because there's
so-
a door now there, and that's
Uh.
what confuses me now completely.
All right.
I just try to stay right here.
Oh, it looks nice in here.
It's very nice with kind of layout.
All right,
You
Yvette.
use your map.
Yeah. Oh.
There's a map.
Yeah, I need to watch out for that thing. Well, all right, Yvette.
At least you got a full tour.
Yeah. Lost, but let me see. What? All right, y'all.
Bye.
Peace out. Man, that's it. So, yeah, it's Volkswagen, 7 years tax break. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. There's gonna be a lot of good discussion, and then the council meeting is gonna be June 6th, Monday, June 6th. So, y'all make sure y'all attend, and hopefully we get a lot more things going. Hopefully the soccer fields, we can make all the improvements we need and go from there. But that's it. That's it for my Facebook Live. Y'all make sure to ask questions or anything that y'all might need. I can give y'all answers to later. Peace out.